It's me, Zachary. We're here with Scientific Grammy to ask her a little bit questions about our generations. Where were you born?
I was born in Newport, Vermont. I have one sister, and she's younger than I am.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Newport, Vermont.
What was it like?
I come from a very small town, only 5,000 people, so everybody knew everybody, and we spent a lot of time outdoors and in the country.
What were your mom and dad like?
Well, my dad was very fun. We used to go to his office every afternoon, and my mom and dad used to take us lots of places on weekends, and we spent a lot of time together. It was great.
What were your favorite things to do when you were my age?
When I was your age, if you can believe this, we didn't have TV and we didn't have computers. So my sister and I spent lots of time playing outside, and we would be outside from early in the morning till late at night. We played cowboys and we played spacemen, and we just played in the snow, and we just did all kinds of fun stuff that didn't involve electronic stuff because we just didn't have any of that.
What was school like when you were my age?
Well, I went to a very small school, so there weren't enough kids for a first grade and a second grade. So I was in the first and second grade together. So I had the same teacher for first and second grade, and I had the same teacher for third and fourth grade. And then when I got to fifth grade, the class there were more kids, and so I had one teacher for just fifth grade. But it was really great, and I'm still friends with some of the kids that I went to kindergarten with way back a long time ago.
What was your favorite subject in school?
That's hard. I love to read, and when I got to sixth grade, my favorite subject was science. I had Miss Parkhurst, and she let us do fun experiments in science.
What did you do when you were my age that got you in trouble?
One time, my friend Diane Palin and I decided we were going to walk to the beach, and her mother thought that she was at my house, and my mother thought I was at her house. And when our mothers found out that they didn't know where we were, and we were on our way to the beach, we got in real trouble. I think I even got a spanking.
What did you do at my age that you were most proud of?
Well, I was a very good student, and I really liked school. And I also took dance lessons, and I was very proud when I learned that I could stand on my toes in my ballet shoes.
What is the biggest difference between you when you were my age and what the world is like now for me at my age?
I can remember going to a furniture store with a guy that my dad knew and watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade on TV. And that was one of the only times I got to see TV all year long. And then when I was about 9, my grandfather got a television. It was black and white, and we got about 2 channels, and that was great. I was very excited. No computers, no MP3 players, nothing like that.
No Wii's?
No Wii's, no, nothing like that.
What did you want to be when you grow up?
Well, my mother was a teacher, and when I was very small, I decided I'd like to be a teacher, and when I grew up, I became a teacher.
Where have you lived?
Where have you lived? Well, I lived in Vermont when I was young. I went to college in Boston, and when I was in college, I spent a year living in Switzerland and studying over there. And then when I first got married, we lived in Boston, and then we went back to Vermont, and now I live in Florida. We've lived in Florida for almost 20 years.
Who did you marry?
I married Harold.
And I married Sharon.
And we are Grammy and Papa. And we met at Avis Rent-A-Car at Logan Airport in Boston back in 1969. Yes.
What was it like when my dad was born?
When your dad was born, we were living in Boston.
No, it wasn't June.
It was June, and when we were in the hospital, the doctor said, it's going to be a long time. You can go have some coffee to Papa. And then when Papa came back from having his coffee, your dad was almost ready to be born, and Papa almost missed it.
How many children did you have?
We have your dad, and we have one other daughter, and her name is Krista, Aunt Boo Boo.
What was my dad like as a child?
You know what I remember most about your dad as a child is he loved Matchbox cars, and he used to take them out in the garden and dig up all the dirt and play with his Matchbox cars, and he'd come in and he'd be all dirty, and we'd have to go rescue all the Matchbox cars out of the garden.
What was my dad like as a teenager?
He was a crazy teenager. You know what he liked to do the most? He started to play the drums, and he played the drums all the time. He would come home from school and be down in his room in the basement playing the drums. He belonged to a rock band, and he'd play, and sometimes he'd sing, but not very well. And he was a really, really good student in school. He was in the Honor Society, and he did very, very well in school, but he really liked to play in his band, and he was also in the dance club. He was the only boy in the dance club, and he was really, really good.
What are you most proud of in your life so far?
Well, I'm very proud of both of my children and both of my grandchildren. I'm very happy that everybody is healthy and happy and doing well in whatever they've chosen to do. And I really like my job, and I like my home and my family. Really great to be at this point in my life.
What do you still want to accomplish or do?
I've still got a lot of places I'd like to travel. I'd like to go to Italy, and I might like to go to, well, I'd love to go to a wine country in California because I really like wine. And I'd love to see my grandchildren grow up and graduate from high school and college. And so I have a lot of things that I still want.
What do you want me to know about you that you have not told me yet?
I love roller coasters. I love to go on any kind of wild thrill, like zip lines.
Me too.
You know, turn me upside down, dump me on my head. I'm a happy girl.
What advice do you think is important for me to hear from you?
I think the most important advice I can give to you right now is no matter what you do in your life, whether it's in school, or at home, or in sports, or at work when you get older, always do the best you can. Because if you always do your best, then you always have something to be proud of.
What about me is most like you?
I think you are adventurous, and you are smart, and you like to learn, and you love to read, and we like roller coasters. High five on that one. So I think that's where we are a lot alike, and we look alike too.
That's my Grammy and Papa, and I hope you learned a little thing about my family. Bye.